Today's topic of software engineering MCQ is managing software projects. One, the first topic is managing software projects. So let us start. Project management involves the planning, monitoring, and control of the people, process, event that occurs as software evolves from preliminary concept to an operational implementation. Is it true or false? The answer is true. This is self-explanatory because project management involves the planning and monitoring and control of the people, process, and event that occur as the software evolves from your preliminary concept to the operational implementation. Next is which of the following is not an effective software project management focus? Which of the following is not an effective software project management focus? These are the option for you. The answer is C, popularity. People, product, process, and project. Effective software project management focuses on 4 P's, and this includes the people, product, process, and project. Popularity is not there. Next is PMCMM stands for. PMCMM stands for. These are 4 options for you. What is the answer? The answer is A. People Management Capability Maturity Model. So People Management CMM is Capability Maturity Model. The People Management Maturity Model defines the following key areas for software people. First is recruiting, selection, performance management, training, compensation, career development, organization and work design, and team and culture development. Next is which of the following is not a project manager's activity? PM activity. These are 4 options for you. Give me the answer. The answer is this one. Project design is not project manager activity. Project control, project management, and project planning. Control, management, and planning. These are the activities of project manager. So the design part of any project management is done by the project team itself. Next is the software dash provides the framework from which a comprehensive plan for software development can be established. Software this provides the framework. The answer is process. A software process provides the framework from which a comprehensive plan for software development can be established. A small number of framework activities are applicable to all software projects regardless of their size and complexity. Next is who defines the business issues that often have significant influence on the project. Who are these business issues? Who defines? Senior managers. Who delivers the technical skills that are necessary to engineer a product or an application? These are the options for you. Answer is practitioners. Practitioners delivers the technical skills that are necessary to engineer a product or an application. Next is which of the following paradigm attempts to structure a team in a manner that achieves some of the controls associated with the closed paradigm, but also much of the innovation that occurs when using the random paradigm? These are the options for you. Which is the correct one? The answer is B, open paradigm. So open paradigm team structures are well suited to the solution of complex problems but may not perform efficiently as other teams. Open paradigm team for complex problems. Which of the following is a people intensive activity? People intensive activity. So these are the options for you. Which of the following is a people intensive activity? The answer is project management. Project management is a people intensive activity. For this reason, the competent practitioners often make poor team leaders. Next is which paradigm structures a team loosely and depends on the individual initiative of the team members. Which paradigm structures a team loosely and it depends on the individual initiative? Which one of this is the correct answer? The answer is synchronous paradigm. Which of the following is not an approach to software cost estimation? Empirical, heuristic, analytical, and critical. The answer is D, critical. Critical is no such standard approach of cost estimation. Either it may be empirical, heuristic, or analytical. Then the second part of managing software projects. Which paradigm relies on the natural compartmentalization of a problem and organizes team members to work on pieces of the problem with little active communication among themselves? These are 4 options for you. The answer is closed paradigm. Closed paradigm relies on the natural compartmentalization of a problem and organizes team members to work on pieces of the problem with little active communication among themselves. Who interacts with the software once it is released for production use? Who are these people of the software development team or manager, etc.? The answer is end users. The product is always built to satisfy your end user. So end user interact with the software once it is released for production use. Next is, which of the following is an effective project manager trait for problem solving, managerial identity, and influence and team building? The answer is all of the mentioned. These all are the key traits of an effective project manager. Next question is, which type of software engineering team has a defined leader who coordinates specific tasks and secondary leaders that have responsibility of subtask? These are the options for you. The answer is controlled decentralized. So problem solving remains a group activity, but implementation of solution is partitioned among subgroups by the team leader. Next is, commitments to unrealistic time and resource estimate may result in all of them mentioned. Yes, project delay, poor quality work, and project failure. So all are they are the consequence or the results of commitment to unrealistic time and resource estimate. Next is, which software engineering team has no permanent leader? These are options for you. The answer is B, democratic decentralized. Here communication among team members is horizontal. Which of the following is not a project factor that should be considered when planning the structure of software engineering teams? Not a project factor. These are options for you. The answer is this one: the degree of sociability required for the project. This is not, development is relevant of social quotient, right? Though, some percent it may be there, but for a whole project structuring, it may not be of that importance. But the difficulty of the problem to be solved, high frustration caused by personal, business, technological factors that cause friction among team members, the rigidity of the delivery date, all can be there. Next is, which of the following is a collection of project coordination technique? Project coordination technique. The answer is all of these: formal approaches, formal interpersonal procedures, and informal interpersonal procedures. Next is, which activity sits at the core of software requirement analysis? Software requirement analysis. The answer is D, all of these. First we decompose the problem, then we partition, and then problem elaboration is there. So, it can be of any sequence, but the answer is that all of these are there. During the scoping activity, decomposition is applied to two major areas: the functionality that must be delivered and the process that will be used to deliver it. Now the next question is, which of the following is not a sign that indicates that an information system project is in jeopardy? Which of the following is not a sign? These are options for you, and the answer is sponsorship is gain. No, jeopardy is not a good thing. So software people don't understand their customer need. This is there. Changes are managed poorly. This is also there. And users are resistant. This is there. How this cannot be a jeopardy concept. Then SPMP stands for what? Software Project Management Plan. B. So after planning is complete, documenting of the plans is done in a SPMP document, Software Project Management Plan. Then we come to web engineering. Which web app attribute is defined by the statement a large number of users may access the web app at one time? Is it concurrency or any other else? The answer is concurrency. Next is, which web app attribute is defined by the statement the quality and aesthetic nature of content remains an important determinant of the quality of a web. So what is the answer? These are four options for you. The answer is content sensitive. Content sensitive is the quality and aesthetic nature of the content. That is, sensitivity of this content remains an important determinant of the quality of a web application. Next, if the user queries a collection of large databases and extracts information from the web app is categorized under, these are the options for you. If the user queries a collection of large objects, large databases, and extracts information from the web app, then the answer is data warehousing application. The data warehouse is a stable, read-only database that combines information from separate systems into one easy-to-access location. This is related with the data mining, etc. Which process model should be used in virtually all situations of web engineering? Which process model? All situations in web engineering. The answer is incremental models. Web engineering, a web app, mostly incremental model. Because the web engineering process must accommodate incremental delivery, frequent changes, and short timeline. You have incremental delivery, frequent changes, and short timeline. Which analysis is part of analysis model of the web engineering process framework? Which analysis is a part of analysis model of the web engineering process framework? Can you answer this? The answer is content analysis, interaction analysis, and function analysis. So all these analysis, they are part of analysis model of the web engineering process framework. Web development and software development are one and the same thing. Is it true or false? They are different due to the nature and distinct requirements of web-based systems. Web-based systems are often document-oriented, containing static and dynamic content. Is it true or false? Yes, it is true. In a web-based system, more emphasis on the look and feel of the product. Next is web app or web-based systems apply the same level of formal planning and testing used in software development, and this is false because web-based systems are typically constrained to a short development time, making it difficult to apply the same levels of formal planning and testing under the software development. So it has to be, as we have seen, that incremental model is used. There are frequent changes. There is recurrent or frequent development and delivery, and the timeline is also very restrictive. Which of the following statements are correct with reference to web-based systems? Web-based systems. Web-based system should be unscalable, must be able to cope with certain random heavy demand on service, must be secure, are subject to assorted legal, social, and ethical security. The answer is these are incorrect. We have to find the incorrect. Web-based system should be scalable. Well, to a certain extent, this is true also, but others, must be able to cope with uncertain, random, heavy demands on services, must be secure, are subject to assorted legal, social, and ethical scrutiny. All these are more important than this one. Web-based system should be scalable, right? And we just add here, that is, web-based system should be unscalable. This is wrong. They should be scalable, right? What category of web-based system should you assign to electronic shopping? Electronic shopping. Is it transaction-oriented or something else? Yes. It involves usage of transaction management of database systems because you are paying, you're buying, you're sending the money. What category of web-based system should you assign to discussion groups? Discussion groups. Online communities. So online communities are category of web-based systems which are considered to be discussion groups. W3 stands for what? World Wide Web Consortium. Is this the answer? W3C is an international consortium where member organizations, a full-time staff, and the public work together to develop web standards. Which of the following is a risk associated with using hyperlinks in a web applications? These are the options for you. The answer is loss of sense of locality and indirection, cognitive overload for users. So hypertext and links may divert the user attention from the main content. So having links and hypertext to a limited amount is what is required. Now the next topic is using CASE tools. CASE stands for Computer Aided Software Engineering or any other else. Computer Aided Software Engineering, B. CASE tools purpose is to make the work of software development and maintenance easier and more reliable, automated. CASE tools are used only during the software testing phase. Is it true or false? This is false because CASE tools support the developer when performing one or more phases of the software lifecycle, and they also support the software maintenance. Which of following is not a type of CASE tool? Middle, lower and upper case tools, they support analysis and design. Middle is not there. What stores all changes and information related to the project from development through maintenance in CASE tools? Is it repository or any other thing? Yes. The main component of the real CASE tool is the repository, which stores all the changes. Data repository. What kind of support is provided by the repository query CASE tool? These are the options for you. Display of parts of design text and cross-referencing queries and requirement tracing. All these things are the support provided by the repository query CASE tool. Next is, what kind of support is provided by the code generation CASE tool? Code generation CASE tool. Can you give the answer? Answer is B. Transformation of design records into application software. So code generation tool aids in generating or transforming the design record into prototypes and application software compatible with given software development language. The next question is, logical design errors can be resolved using both classic and real CASE tools. Is it true or false? This is false. Because these classic CASE tools include interactive debuggers and compilers which do not serve the required purpose. Logical design errors. Next is CASE generated updated documentation enable easier enables easier and more reliable identification of software failure causes. And this is true. What kind of support is provided by the code editing case tool? Code editing case tool. Compiling, interpreting, applying interactive debugging code? Yes, the answer is C. Code editing tool serves the purpose of compiling, interpreting, and applying interactive debugging code specific coding language or development tool. Next is use of repository assures automated coding and documentation of corrections. True or false? It is false. Use of repository assures consistency of new applications and improvements with existing software systems. Now the next question is, which of the following is a drawback of using case tools? Which of the following is drawback? Can you all answer this? The answer is cost associated with the use of the tool, of course. So using case tools is an expensive approach. Next is an uppercase tool is also referred to as a back-end case. This is false. An uppercase tool, that is the front-end case, provides support for the early stages in the system development lifecycle, such as requirement analysis and design. Next is case tools are mainly used while developing which of the following methodologies? Case tools. The answer is RAD, JAG, and object-oriented. So case tools are used in various stages of software development lifecycle. So these were a few more questions on software engineering. We'll be taking more. Thank you so much.